now. I missed the first half of our team call. This is somebody who has gone through a lot too. And you guys know her. And I told her this in our team call because yesterday she said, or our one-on-one call yesterday, because yesterday we got on the call and she goes, I just feel like they all know my story. Like I don't even know what to offer them. And I said, the funny thing about you is you're kind of a quiet person. I was like, you see your name in there. Everybody knows that you hit Success Club every month. They know you're consistent. They know you're a diamond. They know that you're growing this team. But do people really know you? Do they know what you've gone through? Because I do, because I've seen it firsthand. Rebecca joined me back in November of 2015. She signed up on her own. She pulled a me. She went on and bought the 21-day fix by herself. And she signed up in November, and then she ended up getting assigned a older coach that she couldn't relate to. And she sends me a message, and I'll never forget this. Actually, I have a screenshot on my computer where she's just like, hey, I enrolled the 21-day fix, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I had got assigned this coach, but she's a little bit older than me, and I don't really know what to do. And instead of pushing her away and saying, okay, well, I'm sorry, you already have a coach, and I need you to buy Shakeology, or I'm not putting you in my challenge group. I said, you know what? Let's do this. Here's the form. Switch over to me as your coach, and let's start. Let's get you some results. She tells me that she needed to lose 50 pounds. I'm not going to tell you guys her whole story because I want her to tell it. She tells me she wants to lose 50, 60 pounds. I said, let's do it. And she came and then a couple months later, I was like, girl, you should just coach. But I'm going to let her tell you guys how she got there because it's funnier probably coming from her. But her accolades, she is a lifetime diamond coach on our team. She is a Success Club 5 All-Star, meaning she has hit Success Club now 12, 13, 14, 15 months in a row. She has a growing team right now. She's ranked in the top 800 of the company out of 450,000 coaches. And she's one of my very near and dear friends who's grown to be one of my best friends over the past couple of years. And it's been such an honor to see her grow. So Rebecca is going to talk to us tonight about the importance of being proof of these products and what that can do for your business and your life. So take it away, sister.
Okay, thank you, Kelsey. You pretty much just told half of my story, so I'm going to repeat it a little bit. But so I'm just going to give you a background of how I started. So when I was in college, I went to the gym like 4 or 5 to 6 times a day. I mean, not a day, oh dear Lord, a week. And I did the elliptical for 45 minutes, to an hour. I did abs. I tried to stay away from that scary room with all the buff men because they were intimidating and they didn't want me there just as much as I didn't want to be there. I thought that I was eating healthy, and by eating healthy, I mean every time that I would put a carb in my mouth, which is a lot, it was wheat. So I thought that if I was eating whole wheat stuff, that meant that I was eating healthy. I've tried it all, guys. I've tried the diet pills. I've tried the Slim Fast, the fruit and vegetable detox. I don't even know what that is. But I saw it on Pinterest and I was like, well, let's give her a go because nothing else is working. Weight Watchers, I've tried watching Dr. Oz and seeing what he had that day, and I tried that. And obviously nothing worked. It was December of 2014. I went to a wedding with my now fiance, and we took pictures, and I was absolutely appalled. I remember vividly getting that dress that I wore. I had to ask the lady if she had a bigger size. I think it was a size 18 or 20. She had to pull it from the back rack. It was just miserable. It was a miserable experience. And that December going to January, Josh decided that he was going to go on a diet and try to lose weight. Well, the kid stopped drinking pop, and of course he lost weight. But he told me one day how much he weighed, and I will never forget this number, and it kills me to say it, but he weighed 225 pounds. And I had just weighed myself recently, and I weighed 225 pounds. And some of you might not think that's a big deal, but it is, especially because he's a bigger built. He played football in high school. Like, he just had that football body. And here's me, his girlfriend, weighing as much as him. And that absolutely killed me. But that's when I knew I needed to change. I knew that I needed to do something. And guess what? I didn't do anything. I didn't change one thing in my routine. The only thing that changed was me wishing that I was skinnier, more than I already did. And I didn't put in anything differently, no more work than I normally did. But so fast forward to October of 2015. So that same year, just October, I saw an infomercial on TV for the 21 Day Fix. And thank God that I'm the impulsive type when it comes to stuff like that. So I just immediately ordered. I didn't think twice. I didn't know what it was. It was like probably the second time I ever heard of it, but I saw the before and after pictures on TV and I was sold. As you guys know, you get a free coach when you get anything from Beachbody. So I, of course, stalked her on teambeachbody.com, and I realized that she was like a 4-year-old woman with 3 kids, and I had nothing in common with her. And I remembered in the back of my mind this girl who kept posting about Beachbody, and who actually reached out to me and said happy birthday one time. But she was also someone that I blocked out because I knew that what she was doing was the hard way of losing weight. And I was going to try everything possible that was the easy way to lose weight. But she was still in the back of my mind. And so then I reached out to Kelsey and I told her everything. And she did not pressure me once, guys. She could have easily gotten me to buy Shakeology, but she didn't. She just said, do you have it? And I said, no, of course not. I can't afford that. But so then she got me started. And I did about 2 rounds of the 21 Day Fix and I was bored. And so I reached out to her. I was like, hey, what can I do next? I'm ready. What else can I do? I'm kind of, stuck in a rut with this 21 Day Fix. And she suggested size. So I was like, okay, sure. That sounds great. And she's like, well, for $10, or for, once you get Shakeology, you can get the workout for $10. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. $10. So then I signed up with Shakeology. And as soon as I got that welcome email, my heart stopped. I was like, what do you mean home direct? There is no freaking way that I am paying $130 every single month. Absolutely not. Does she not know that I'm in college? Does she not know that I'm barely making money for gas? I'm going on and on and on. So as soon as I got that box, I canceled. I called them. I was like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm done. They're like, but you can just put on. I'm like, no, lady, you don't understand. I am poor. I don't have time for this. Please just take me off your list. So I was also that challenger that would text Kelsey 475 times a day, asking her if I'm doing this right. I literally send her side-by-side pictures of me half naked, and I really apologize for that. But it was me yesterday versus today, and I'm like, do you see a difference? Because I don't see a difference. Are you sure there's a difference? What do you see differently? I need you to tell me exactly what, how many inches are for me. I was just crazy. I was absolutely crazy, because to me, if it didn't work, it wasn't worth sticking it out. So I actually did see results, so that was a plus. But so I then so then I told her, I was like, listen, I hate size. I'm not a dancer. I can't do this. So I went back to the 21 Day Fix. And I saw him, or I heard on the radio for Hammer and Chisel, and I was like, okay, Kelsey, I need this right now. And she's like, okay, great. So when you get Shakeology, you can get the program for $20. And I was like, yes, that sounds great. But this time I knew what I was in for. Okay. So I wasn't, I knew that welcome email was coming. I knew that it was going to tell me I was on home direct, but this time I was ready because I knew that Shakeology for that month had changed my life. So I just made it work. I loved the program so much that I decided to share it with everybody. Everybody would be like, hey, well, you look like you're losing weight. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, have you heard about the 21 Day Fix? And they're like, what is that? So I'm telling them. I actually gave my whole program, containers and all, to a girl that I worked with. And I was telling her what to do, how to do it, how to meal prep, how to make the workouts work when you're on a busy schedule. And I told Kelsey about this, and she's like, hey, you should coach. I'm like, no. So then before the apps came out for the challenge groups, Kelsey and her team ran challenge groups on Facebook. So every time someone new would come on, they'd be like, hey, please help me welcome so-and-so to the group. Like, we're so excited to have her. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. People are inviting their friends. So what do? I invite my friends. So I get my girlfriends. They had the 21 Day Fix. I was like, hey, please help me welcome Gretchen Himes to the group. She's so excited. And then Kelsey like reached out to me. She's like, you know, that's like what coaches do. Like, that's literally our coaches doing that, what you're doing. She's like, why don't you coach? This time I thought about it, but I still said no. So a couple days later, I was like, you know, what do I have to lose? Like, I love the program. I love the results. Like, I'm sharing it already. I'm not in it for the money, but why not just do it? So that's when I decided to become a coach. I was a full-time grad student at the time. I was a 90-day diamond. And I literally put 30 days into my schedule, like, for Beachbody. I didn't, you know, sit there for hours on end working my business because I didn't have to. Literally, you can build your business with 30 minutes a day. I made Success Club a non-negotiable. I know Kelsey preaches this all the time, but she's serious, guys. Like, if you hit Success Club, then you will be golden. Like, I don't understand, and I'm trying not to go on a rant, but, you know, that is our goal, to help people. So why not help as many people as we can? And that's 3 people, guys. That's it. 3 people in 30 days. I think every single one of us can do that at the minimum. But we'll get that into more in a minute. But I was excited about the programs, and I just knew that I needed to share it. I shared everything when I first became a coach. You know, my victories, my struggles, the laughs, the things that were funny. I just shared it. And people related to me through that. So I hit high in Success Club my first couple of months. And to be honest, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard because I had a lot of people asking me about it. And I can tell you why. It's because I shared transformations. And I know that it's scary for a lot of you guys to share those transformations on your social media, especially your first one. It's like gut-wrenching to hit that button. But as soon as you do, you will not believe the responses that you'll get. People are so freaking supportive of that because they know how scary it is. And people love to see the results. They love to see that it actually works, and that you're not just talking the talk. You know, just think about it. It works. Pills, wraps, all those things that we see constantly advertised on Facebook, they're always inviting you to join them, right? But do you ever see a side-by-side of them with the products that they're selling? No. So what that did is that lost people's trust. It gave them trust issues because they see a network marketing or a social media advertisement, and they see that it's for weight loss, but they've been conditioned to not see the result side of it. So they just blow it off like it's nothing. But if you have results, that's something that people cannot touch. They can never touch your story. And that's why we need to share it. But so anyways, I worked at a daycare at school, and I worked the weekends at home, and I was in classes. So I was busy. I didn't really have much time to do anything, but I never thought about quitting either of them. I knew Kelsey at the time was transitioning into going full-time with Beachbody, but to me, it's just like, okay, it's just another part-time job. I'm used to that. But then I became really stressed, and I was drowning in schoolwork. I was drowning with work, and I just knew that Beachbody could help me. I didn't ever contemplate quitting. I didn't ever contemplate, you know, making it 15 minutes versus 30 minutes a day. I just knew that in the back of my mind that this was going to help me see success. So when I got my first few paychecks in the mail, I saw that surpassed my income for my one part-time job at home on the weekends. And so then I talked to my family and talked to everybody because, you know, I can't make a decision on my own. And they told me that, you know, just quit it. I mean, if Beachbody is surpassing that income, then just quit. So I did. And then a couple weeks later, you know, paychecks keep coming in because I'm helping people and because, you know, I'm doing what I should be doing. And I was able to quit my second part-time job. So I'm in grad school. I had not just quit one, but 2 part-time jobs. So I had more time to focus on that. And I'm telling you right now, I just graduated. If it weren't for Beachbody, I would not be here. as a graduate, I don't know, whatever, I would have not been able to make it. I wouldn't have had the grades because I was so overwhelmed with everything. So I thank Beachbody for that. And Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. Okay. So fast forward to September of the same year. So a couple months down the road after I just became a coach, it was the last day of the month. And I was sitting at, okay, so, I hit Success Club every single month. September, last day of the month, I was at 0, nothing, nobody, not even a good conversation going. And it was just very upsetting to me. So I was thinking about it and I was like, okay, what the hell is going on? Like, I post on social media every day. I drink my shake. I work out. I talk to people. I invite people. What is going on? But by the skin of my teeth, I hit Success Club 5 at, I think it was at like 11:30 that night. And that was because I did a free giveaway. And that was like, there's nothing wrong with free giveaways, guys, but people know when you're being desperate. And, by the glory of God, I hit Success Club, because otherwise I don't think I would have been able to do that. But kind of just a step back, I just want to ask you guys a few questions. So think about the program you're doing right now, okay? Whatever program it may be, whether it's the Shaun T workout we're doing or whatever, are you obsessed with it? Are you at the point where you can't wait to work out and you can't wait to share that workout with other people? Are you seeing results? Are you 100% committed to meal plan? Are you drinking your Shakeology daily? Okay. Side rant for that one, guys. If you have backlog of Shakeology, there's probably a problem there, because if we should be drinking it daily, and there's no way that we, should have extra laying around. If anything, we should be asking our fellow Canonsburg friends, guilty, if they have any extra that they can give us, because we're out. Okay. So we need to be making sure that we are drinking it daily, because it's one of the vitals. End of story. Okay. So anyways, if you answered yes to those questions, then you should be having kick-ass conversations, and you should be signing people up left and right, because they want results like yours, right? Your business should be booming, okay? So I know that I can tell you this, and I'm confident with saying that because I just went through it, okay? It happened when I first became a coach, and it happened back in November. So when I first became a coach, I did the 22-minute hardcore because it just started. It was like brand new in March. So I did the whole entire program and I saw results. In November, I did Core to Force when it first came out, and I was in love. So for both of those programs, I followed it to a T, and I didn't cheat, and I saw the results. Do you guys see a trend here? But people followed my journey, and I was really, really excited to share it. I was excited to tell people how the workout was for the day. I was excited to share my results. And I honestly, I'm pretty sure for both programs, I know I did for Core to Force, I shared weekly transformations. And guys, it doesn't get more raw than that. It doesn't get more raw than sharing your first week to your second week, your second week to your third week, because there's no way you can fudge that stuff. There's no way, because anybody can take a picture from high school and compare it to now. If you're on a weight loss journey, if you're doing the Beachbody programs, you're probably going to see results between those two. But if you do one from last Wednesday to this Wednesday, are the results there? You know what I mean? So in December, I had the highest Success Club month of my entire life. I didn't get a chance to pull up the numbers, but I want to say I hit Success Club 10 plus in mine, and then 5 in my spouse account. I want to say 18, 20. I can't exactly remember. But I know that I did hit high. And it was because I was freaking proof the products work. Like, that is it. That is it. Okay. So remember back in September when I said that I was at 0 on the last day of the month, I was yo-yoing between programs, half-assing the meal plan. I wasn't all in, and I wasn't seeing results. I would text Kelsey and be like, listen, there's something wrong with this program. I'm not seeing results. Or, hey, I think this is too much lifting. There's not enough cardio. I'm not seeing results. And I'm sure Kelsey wanted to murder me, but instead she was helpful. And just like all of us are here for each other, to motivate each other. But I don't suggest jumping around like I did, but I do, if something's not clicking with you, like size, for instance, like wasn't my jam, move on. There's nothing holding you there. We have on demand. We have an unlimited, plethora of workouts that we can do. But I remember in September, I remember vividly scrolling through Instagram and finding other coaches and looking down in their posts and seeing, okay, what did they have motivational to say that day? Because I can't find anything. And I would literally go off of their posts to make mine. Like, it was pathetic, absolutely pathetic. I had nothing good to say about my workouts because I wasn't in love. I wasn't like really truly in my programs. So I just said that really fast and like really out of breath. But the recap for what we just talked about is find a program you love and go all in. Make sure you're following it. Make sure you're being proof the products work. Share everything. I cannot stress that enough, guys. If you like did a push-up and collapsed, share that. Because you know what? People don't want to see perfect. People don't want to see that you are so awesome and you just did your whole entire workout and didn't struggle once, or, you're saying that you didn't struggle once. Everybody struggles, guys. But think about it. Do you want a perfect coach? Do you want someone who can do everything? Transformations build trust. As scary as it is, it's the truth. So if it's mentally or physically, a transformation, do it, because it is the way it is. And it's something that Beachbody can do, is give you a transformation. And seeing it from someone that they've been following for a while since becoming a coach, like, it really does help them like say, okay, I need this now. And be in your inbox inviting daily. Whether it's to a challenge group that you have going on now or one that you're gonna do, just invite. So basically my recap was the vitals that Beachbody freaking gives us. So there's 4 of them. If you guys don't know them, please look them up because they're so important, because those 4 vitals, that is what will get you success. Beachbody doesn't, like, Carl wasn't just sitting there twiddling his thumbs one day and just came up with those 4 things to do. Like, they're legit and they will help you see success. But that's all I got.
That's awesome. I think one thing there's a lot that I took away from that, but the one thing that I want, I guess, to reinforce that you said, was that she has always been somebody that has gone from program to program. Like, she's never I've never seen her since she began to become a coach, like, stop, not work out or something like that. She's always done something, which the consistency is why she's so consistent in Success Club. And I actually wanted to have her tonight, but I know she didn't have time to do it, but I wanted to have her actually sit back and like pull her Success Club numbers by program she was doing. But it's true. That's what I was kind of looking at as she was wrapping up, as I was going through our old Success Club boards, and I was looking, and her highest months were in the months that she had her best, like the best transformations. And I loved how you said you should not have backlog of Shakeology, because that is the one thing that blows my mind. I am waiting at the door for my mailman when my Shakeology comes. I'm like, where is mine? Because that's one of the vital behaviors. You drink it every day. And I don't know about you guys, but like, I can tell when I do not drink it. Like, it is, I am off. I feel weird. I feel like, like, we should not have it. As for the workouts, it's true. Like, committing to a program 100%. Like, now what Rebecca said, she committed to 2 programs very, very well. I've said that she's always been doing programs, but there was 2 programs that got her so excited, that like was super pumped. Quarter Force, if you haven't done Quarter Force yet, like, the first time you go through Quarter Force, that's what Quarter Force is like. Like, you love it. But I think the biggest thing is, like, you guys, the questions that I love that you asked, and I want you guys to ask yourselves this again. Are you 100% committed to a health and fitness program? If your answer is no, how can you tell somebody else to be committed to a health and fitness program? Are you drinking Shakeology every single day? If you're not, can you tell somebody else to drink Shakeology every single day? Are you logging your workouts and your Shakeology and your challenge group every single day? If you're not, how can you tell your people to do that? That's the biggest part about it. Are you sticking to the meal plan? Are you sharing what you're going through? I think the biggest, and I love how you say that, Rebecca, like sharing that, because that's one thing that I always admired about her is that like she takes you through that journey. I don't know if you guys notice on my post at the bottom will always say 1 out of 21, 1 out of 22. I take people on that journey with me because they want to know. They want to see it work for you. Because like Rebecca said, how many of you guys go and see, how many of you guys have an It Works distributor on your timeline? How many times have you seen it work for them? Seen their face with a transformation? I have never seen it. Every single person I see, his face is cut off. And usually I see the same thing like by multiple people. The people that have the patches on their arms, anybody ever seen a transformation from them? I'm not bashing these companies, but like, do you know that you have a leg up because you can show them that it works? Really, that it works? What we're doing is working? And the best part about it too is you guys have a whole family of people that are doing different programs. Ask each other for transformations. Share each other's transformations. And the beautiful thing about what we're doing, if you're in the Shaun T group right now, is you're trying out so many different workouts. So many different programs. I don't know about you guys, but like I am like wanting to commit to Insanity of the Asylum. Like I want it. I love it. And I never would have thought to come out of nowhere that I want to do Insanity of the Asylum. But that's the beauty. You guys, we have Beachbody On Demand. We have the Netflix of fitness. How cliche that sounds. And I hate saying that to people when I'm explaining. Like, it's like the Netflix of fitness. I hate saying it, but it's true. It is the Netflix of fitness. The fact that I can turn on my TV with my Amazon Fire Stick and scroll through and just pick a random ass workout that day, that's badass to me. We have something that no other company has. We have something that actually works. And every day that you're not sharing it, you're doing yourself a disservice and your business a disservice. So on top of that, when you're sharing, are you posting a workout selfie or are you sharing something of value? That's another thing. Is it just finish my workout with your Shakeology bottle? Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Admit it if you are. Or are you telling me about the one move that almost made you quit and what got you through it? Are you telling me about how hard it was for you to press play that day, but you still did? Are you telling me that you made it through the hardest workout that you have ever done? No matter what shape, size, age you are, you still did it. Are you telling me that you thought Shaun T was a psychopath, but you still did it? Are you telling me that, oh my God, I didn't realize Shaun T did dancing programs. Oh my God, people look at him like he's so scary, but look at me doing this dance. Guys, there's so many things you can tell these people because Shaun T doesn't have the best rap when it comes to people that are beginners, right? People don't want to do Shaun T at the beginning of their workout. Are you telling them about the modifiers? Have you guys ever told your people that you have used the modifier today? Are you honest with them or are you always smiling with your water bottle? Are you real? Or are you putting it out there that you're real and that you sometimes don't want to do it? Maybe you stepped in dog shit that day. Maybe your kid's sick. Maybe you are stuck in traffic and you still got it done. Has anybody stepped in dog shit before? Has anybody got stuck in traffic before? Has moms on this call, have you had to deal with sick babies before? Sick pets before? Sick siblings before? We dealt with this stuff? Life happens to all of us, and that's what people relate to. But the fact that you made it through, despite your 12-hour workday, and you could fit in 20 minutes, you can fit in 30 minutes, and you're committed, that's what people want to be a part of. The reason I chose my coach, the reason Natalie Bailey stuck out to me that day is because she was constantly posting. And I knew, just like Rebecca said about me, I knew when I thought Beachbody, I thought her. So ask yourself, if somebody would go to my page and they would think Beachbody, do they know to come to me? Do they know that it's worked for me? Do they know that I have something to offer them, that I can help them? Because if the answer is no to that, then you got to do an evaluation check. Now I'm going to show you the best way to figure that out, okay? Really quickly, and I'll sum this up because Rebecca, this was awesome. If you go to your Facebook page, okay? Go onto your Facebook page. I'm going to show you guys. It's not going to freaking let me see it, of course. Let me show you if I can do it on my cell phone real quick. If you go to your Facebook page and you hit photos, just go to, turn this light down a bit. You click on your photos. How do I do this? Why am I so, okay, there it is. And you go to uploads. You go to this little screen here. If you do a quick scroll, just like this, do people know that you're a Beachbody coach? Do they know that they can join you? Do they know you have something to offer them? Do they know what you're about? Or is it just 7 million pictures of you with a water bottle? That's how you figure it out. So underneath of this recording that I post on the team page, take a screenshot. Like go in here and just take a screenshot and we can talk about, this is a learning lesson. This isn't to point anybody out. Is there a way that we can, what can we add? Do a social media check. Ask your coach, ask one of your friends, say, hey, can you go through my social media and ask if I'm hitting those points? Do they know that I'm committed to a program? Do they know that it works? Do they know that they can join me? If the answer is, the thing is like, I'm going to call you out, Katie, because you were one of these people. Katie Ann used to be the queen of sharing shit to her page. And everything, I would literally go to her page and I'm like, where are those great posts? They're buried. They're buried. And I used to tell her, I'm like, Katie Ann, stop posting about politics. Please, for the love of God. I used to have to call her out on it. But now you go to her page and like you can see who she is. So just do a quick social media scroll. Everything Rebecca talked about tonight. Do they know you're committed? Are you actually committed? I can honestly say that I will not miss a workout. Like I can't. I physically can't do it. Rest days are stupid. I hate them. I can't stand rest days. I'm doing something even on rest days. It should become an addiction to you. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask Rebecca before we wrap this up? Oh my God, I think I have a calf cramp. Holy shit. That really hurt. Sean T is going to be the death of me. Yeah, and I do want to shout out Alicia too. Alicia is doing the ultimate reset right now. She is 3 days in, and the girl is already down like what, 10 pounds?
11.7. I haven't weighed myself tonight.
11.7 pounds in 3 days. And guys, that program is very hard.
I never thought I would gag on a freaking salad, but I did it today. And the thing, like, you get so much food. I don't know if you guys saw my post last night, but I had a cup and a fourth of rice and beans and corn. And put it in a tortilla shell. It's amazing how much food you get. Like, tonight is sushi, which I'm, like, making, and a cucumber salad. A huge cucumber salad. Like, 2 cucumbers.
And that's the thing, even though you can't work out right now, the fact that you are committed to something is what matters. Like, that's what this whole thing is about. You are committed. If you're doing the 3-day refresh, you're committed. The ultimate reset is hard. She's the first person on our team to do it. And I'm excited to see what results she gets. But I'm telling you, with the progress you're making in 3 days, like, I would expect weekly updates from you. You know, like, that's like, I want to know what you're doing. Because whenever you guys, and I will say this is last thing I'll say, when you commit 100%, it's the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. Like when you do, I did Core to Force was the only program to date where I can honestly say that I went 110%. I did not drink. I stick to the meal plan. I'm going to be doing it again with Shift Shop next month. No cheats at all. But that month is where a lot of you came from. A lot of you came from me getting those results. I had also, like Rebecca, after committing to Core to Force, I had a record-breaking Success Club month. I think that's the month I hit Success Club 30-something. because people want to be a part of it. People are like, oh, what is she doing? They watched all 4 weeks that I did it. And then all of a sudden I put up this post about how I'm going to do it again. And then all of a sudden they're like, I want to do it. I want to try. So, all right, guys. Well, next week is our last week of Summit pushing. So make sure that you push for whatever you're hoping to be at Summit. I know a lot of you set your diamond date for next Thursday. So I'm excited for you. Let me know how I can help you. I think that's it. We have Katie. Katie Ann's going to talk to us next week. Katie Ann's our guest speaker, and she is going to be talking to us. She joined me in 2014, but didn't really take off in her business until January of 2017. So she's going to tell you guys on the importance of what you need to be doing and like kind of what her shift was to make her realize that she needed to take this seriously and what happened when she did. So it's going to be a good call. You guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for spending your time with us. Thank you, Rebecca, for sharing your story. It's so crazy going back through that journey with you and kind of reliving it. I can't believe I recommended Size to you. That was such a bad move on my part. I'm so sorry. Size. I'm like, it's the new program. You should buy it. Obviously, I've learned a lot since then, too. So you guys have a great rest of your night. Push for Success Club by the 15th. Everybody make it a goal. Be in Success Club by the 15th. If you're one of my newer coaches, 3 people for the Harry Potter group. Okay? All right, guys. I will talk to you next week. Bye.